If they pour you a cup of tea, it's no longer just tea. If they look at you, it's not just an isolated individual looking at you. It's the oneness that's looking at you and includes the individuation of that person.
The degree of dedication of our individual lives and the purity of our consciousness and motives have an effect on the lives of all who come in contact with us. Our individual conscious oneness with God becomes a blessing unto all those who are receptive. Every time God is released into this world through us, it has an opportunity of going out into the world. Every time that we meditate, and we meditate only for the attainment of this conscious awareness, this peace be still, we are at that same moment lessening the evil and selfish influences in the world. The degree to which evil seems to be lessened may be of minute proportions. It probably is. But once the spirit is let loose, there are no limits to its far-reaching effects, because there's no such thing as a little of spirit. The spirit itself is infinite. And it's just as infinite through one as it is through a million.
Yeah. I think that's why you encounter someone who's really centered in that prayer of oneness and peace. If they pour you a cup of tea, it's no longer just tea. If they look at you, it's not just an isolated individual looking at you. It's the oneness that's looking at you and includes the individuation of that person. Like the wave of an ocean. If we could see the wave of an ocean waving at us, like if it had a personality. Let's say it really looked at us, it's really looking at us, and we're really looking at it. We're looking at the ocean, and we see the wave waving at us. That's the ocean of oneness, waving at us through the expressive uniqueness that is the individuation that appears as the wave. You see the wave, you see the ocean. You see me, you see the oneness in me, as me, not other than me. I and it that isn't it are one. Being seen, it can really feel intense when someone looks at your idea of your separate self, the idea that we're holding as our attachment or ego attachments. You feel a lot of power flowing through because it feels like it's going to annihilate you. When you really have someone look at you with love and you let it touch you, you know that you can't hold on to the barriers, the ideas that you've built up against it. That God is seeing through those barriers, seeing through your masks your illusions, your attachments. And it feels like intimidating, naked, intimate, vulnerable, real, honest, true. And sometimes it can feel like, wow, this presence is always available. And I've been living out the idea of the separate self. And that idea is almost a fictitious God of my own making. And it obscures the ever present reality that's at hand. You can see why, a lot of times we're someone starting out on the path, they're excited, they're intimidated. They know something's going to change. They don't know what that change is going to be. They want it to be their way. They still kind of trying to.
I hope it'll do something for them.
Yeah, make them really an awesome separate self person. Make them the most even spiritual person in the room.
Or it's like this new secret method that no one else has available to them that helps give them all the riches and the health and the fame or the success or happiness or whatever.
Yeah. Because it can feel quite humiliating to the idea of who we are, the false self, when it's so inclusive, so available, so loving, and not because we can earn that love. That we don't get to earn it anymore. All our ideas of earning, even at their best, even at our best ability to egoically earn something, is like just so not. Yeah, so not. So not.
Like acing a test that you studied for. You're even having a proclivity for that subject isn't you earning. You didn't earn that. You didn't earn the ability to study. You didn't earn any of it.
Well, let's say, and following that same analogy, you study all night, you're really working your butt off, and you have a natural intelligence, but you're really working that intelligence and really of your own willpower, just pushing yourself to study. And to the point of just neurotic grasping at more information and more knowledge. And you feel really inflated with that knowledge. And then you ace the test. And you win. You win. You're the most honorable in the class. And then you realize you're in the wrong class. That wasn't a part of the curriculum. You're in the wrong school. And what a relief. Then you kind of laugh at the absurdity you've been carrying around.
That you didn't need to try so hard and stay up so late and work to get that thing. Not in the way you thought, anyway.
Yeah. God's still loving us. Presence is still available. Even with all that running around and trying to earn it. But in doing so, it's almost as though we make ourselves less available to the infinite eternal presence. And maybe one way to look at meditation is that you stop running around and let yourself be held by the presence that's already available. And sometimes we have to sit down and exhaust our thinking capabilities, trying to figure out, well, what am I? What is presence? Am I lovable? Am I good enough? I measured myself with this false measuring stick. I measured myself with this false scale. And whether I lean on the scale of, wow, sufficient, or lean on the scale of, insufficient, that wasn't it. I can stop doing that. I can stop weighing and measuring and counting. And sometimes being humiliated with I have an attachment to that. I can't stop doing that. I want to stop doing that. And it's almost like we bring that to a loving presence, like a loving grandmother, grandfather, father, a pattern of love. And it's so aware and light filled that as you carry your shadowy disturbance to it, as you approach it, the illumination reveals the shadow as nothing.
Not burdensome, not heavy, not even there.
Not even there. See, my heart kind of feels really in this moment. Just you kind of want to just tell everyone, hey, you're lovable. Not because you're trying to be more lovable while your efforts and you're good enough, but not because you are generating your goodness outside of the ever-present goodness that's always good. So good, there's no talk of good. It just is. It just is, and you are. And in that naked you are-ness, you're one with this isness. And then it's like, oh, wow. And then say, yeah, everyone be in that being. And just play nice with each other. Just go play nice with each other. Bring some music, bring some food, collect some wood, build a fire, scratch each other's backs. Tickles, pets. Feed each other. Feed each other the goodness that's inherent. Be a part of the receiving. Just receive that goodness. Give that goodness. Give and receive the goodness to the point where you lose yourself to the living flow. And there is only that living water that flows through. And you are a unique shape within the one body of that oneness, like the ocean.